party last night. Thank you all who came down and dressed up. We had a lot of fun. So that was really fun. So thank you again for that. It's hard to believe we're in November already. Bill is not here today. He's actually going to be running the New York City Marathon this weekend. So, so good luck to Bill. So I'm here today. I want to start by introducing a new staff member to you. Rowan, would you mind coming up? So I announced last coffee hour that we promoted Jackie to the Creative Arts coordinator position, and Rowan just started this week. He'll be working in creative arts as a creative arts assistant. So welcome, Rowan. You'll be seeing Rowan around. He'll be with us full time working in the creative arts office. So for outings, activities, so feel free to see him and Jackie with any great ideas you have. It's a busy day today. We have coffee hour, and then today at 1:30 in this event center we have our remembrance service. So please join us for that. We also invited employees to that, so we hope to fill the event center and make this a nice remembrance service for those that have passed on from Fox Run. If you've noticed outside already, I know we just had Halloween, but we're already thinking about Christmas. Right outside, kind of when you leave the mailboxes under that tree of life, we have a toy drive collection that has started. So you're going to get a flyer in your mailbox today. The Toy Drive Committee is a new committee here at Fox Run, and we're donating to the Rural Outreach in East Aurora and the Bread of Life in Colden. So there's those two organizations. You can see a write-up about those, but the toy drive is running November 1st through November 30th, so we're collecting gifts for kids. So we appreciate your generosity, especially for those in need over the holidays. Tai Chi started this week. We had 11 in the event center yesterday. We have Kate from AFC 716 here, so she's going to be instructing on a weekly basis. She's wonderful. We still have openings for that. So that's going to be an 11-week class. It's about $5 a class, so it's $60 for the remaining 11 weeks. But if you're interested, you can see Matt about that. We look forward to maybe having some more people join this fun class. And speaking of fitness, Matt is starting pickleball up next Tuesday, so that'll be in the event center. Matt, what time is pickleball?
2:30 to 3:30.
2:30 to 3:30, and then also see the Creative Arts calendar for weekly sports going on. So we're going to bring back balloon volleyball. We're going to bring horseshoes into the event center, to beanbag toss. So just kind of fun sports. So feel free to come participate. Feel free to come watch. We look forward to that. And lastly, hard to believe we already have our anniversary party coming up, but you received the invitations in your mailbox. So that's this coming Wednesday, November 6th. That starts at 4 o'clock. So that's beverages courtesy of Fox Run and hors d'oeuvres. We will have strolling violinists here. And then at 7 o'clock in the event center, we have the Hot Club of Buffalo Jazz coming. So it's going to be a fun evening of entertainment. So we hope to see everyone down at the anniversary party. Do I have any resident announcements? Yes, Mrs. Floyd.
Yes. It's about the Fox Run book discussion. I have to take back the whole 10 books at a time that they get from the library free, and I'm missing one book. The name of the book is Whereabouts by Jhumpa Lahiri, and I would like it back if somebody could find it for me that returned it. I need to take it back as soon as possible.
Did everyone hear that? Matt, do you have a couple announcements?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Just a couple things I wanted to go over. Number one, I know there's been talk about the fire alarm that went off about 3 weeks ago. I just want to talk briefly on that. For fire procedures, number one, you can always check your handbook, and it gives everything detailed version of what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. What happened is, there was a faulty smoke detector in the attic, okay? And what happened is the fire alarm we could not silence it until the fire department came and actually saw it for their own eyes that it could be shut off. A lot of times when there's smoke detectors or other situations that happen inside the building, we can silence a panel, but in this situation we could not, because we could not confirm if that was a faulty smoke detector until the actual fire department got here, went in the attic, looked at it, so on and so forth, okay? That is for your safety, and that's also the law, okay? So I apologize for going on for a long period of time, but unfortunately, it happens. It's a good thing that they kind of work, but at least it still went off. That's number one. Just something else to remember. If the fire alarm is going off, two very important things. Don't hit your PERS button. Please. We know it's going off, okay? But it's what happens is that we actually had 10 or 12 people that hit the PERS button, and the problem is we have to respond to every single one of those. Okay, so as you can see, it gets kind of frustrating on our end because we have to check every single PERS call to see if it's an emergency or not an emergency. Okay? Also, it is not necessary to call 911. The minute the fire alarm does go off, okay, it does automatically go to a monitoring service and the fire department's automatically dispatched. Okay? Again, it does get very frustrating, at least for my team, for when we have to respond to 12 PERS calls when we know the fire alarm is going off. Okay? And again, if there is an emergency, if something happened, of course, hit your PERS button, but we know the fire alarm is going off, believe me. Not just because of the sound, but I get notifications on my phone, maintenance gets notifications on their phone, and also the fire panel is also being monitored 24/7 by either receptionists or the health center, okay? And also, if you are required to evacuate your room, believe me, we will be knocking on your door to have you evacuate, okay? So, understanding the fact that your apartment is a fire-rated room, if there is a fire, okay, number one, it will be extinguished by the sprinkler systems because there is a sprinkler head every 6 to 8 feet in every single room. You are safe in your apartment because it is fire rated, okay? If we do have to order evacuation, my staff and the fire department will be coming and knocking on your door. So the best thing to do is shelter in place, okay? Any questions? Okay. And, oh yeah, well you're right. We can go on and on about all this policy, yes, but please do not open, if you're decided to burn the popcorn, which has happened several times, okay, leave your apartment door shut because once the smoke goes into the hallway, then it activates the fire alarm. Okay, the other thing to talk about, the white stuff. It's coming. Okay. My staff right now is starting to prepare for, salt and putting the salt out, so on and so forth, bringing in all the chairs. I just want to talk briefly about winter. Okay, there was a memo sent out to everybody's mailbox in regards to winter procedures. We are keeping the same plowing contractor as last year. Okay, he did a great job. Of course, there's always 1 or 2 times when things get messed up, but that's just part of it. I am in process right now of training the staff in regards to what's priority, what doesn't take priority. Just remember, every single snowstorm is different. Okay? It always happens at different times. It always falls at different rates. It's never a perfect storm, unless it dumps 8 feet in 2 days, which that's happened as well. So, I just want to let you know that for valet services, we will conduct valet services. We do need 24 hours notice for valet services for brushing off cars. The only thing that I do ask you to do, if you are able, if we are plowing the lots, if you are able to move your car to a clean spot, great. If you don't feel fit to do that, please don't. When we seem it to be necessary to move cars, we will move your cars for you. This is why we have the keys, okay? But if you're out and about and you want to brush off your own car and you want to move it to a clean spot, please feel free to do so, only if you see fit. I do not want you to get hurt. Any questions on that? Okay, thank you.
Community members Jan Brunner and Diane Nudie, the next coffee hour, are going to be donating their hair to Locks of Love. So if you'd like to make a donation to Locks of Love, that'd be great.
Oh, Diane Smith also, I believe.
And Diane Smith. So we have 3 community members. That's wonderful. Thank you, ladies. And I would like to invite Vicki up to introduce our speaker today.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here to introduce you to Charlie Shack, who is a member of our community. Charlie Shack graduated from Hutch Tech in '64 and then joined the Navy. And lucky Charlie, he spent in the Navy. When he was separated from the service, he came home and joined the police service. And he served for 30 years approximately. And that's a long time being a police officer. After that, he retired, and he worked for the
Homeland Security.
Homeland Security, excuse me. And Charlie is a member of the American Legion of East Aurora, and he also has done a great deal of charity work. He is still doing Meals on Wheels. He is a wonderful person who does many, many things for many, many people. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Shack.
Thanks, Vicki. Welcome, everybody. Nice to see you all this morning. I've been with the East Aurora Honor Guard for 25 years, the Legion in the Honor Guard, and the Captain of the Honor Guard for 15, and I was also the post adjutant for many, many years. Part of our duties, obviously, with the Honor Guard is military funerals, but also other military events that are related. One of the things that we do is Honor Flight. We honor Honor Flight, which is now they've had 18 missions since it started. We will be at the airport on a Saturday or Sunday night when they come home from Washington to give them a welcome home. And we've also been there in the morning when they leave. They used to do it in one day. Now they've gone to 2 days because it's just too much to see in one day for some of the people. The last Honor Flight in early October had 40 people going. Every veteran has to have an escort with them. They take 2 nurses and a staff also on the flight. But they also, this particular flight only had 1 World War II veteran available to go, 3 Korean veterans, and the rest were from Vietnam. So that's what's happening now. The World War II guys and ladies are becoming very scarce. You know, they have to be in their late 90s by now. I'd like to do a little video, if Killian could help me out. It's about the Honor Flight. And I have a slinger over here if you're interested in Honor Flight or if you'd like to make a donation. Southwest Airlines gives the veterans the flights for free, but the escorts have to pay. And now this year, they're going to overnight, which is so much easier for these guys and ladies to do, so that they can sleep overnight and see everything that they want to see and get home at a reasonable time on Saturday or Sunday. So here we go.
Welcome to New School's Veterans Voices Special. I'm Jordan Marcus. Each year, Veterans Day gives us the opportunity to reflect on the bravery, strength, and sacrifice of the men and women who served our country. Over the next half hour, we will share the remarkable stories of Western New Yorkers who fought for our freedom and their lives after war. Photojournalist Allison Stabell and I have the special privilege of joining a group of veterans on a journey of recognition, an honor flight to the nation's capital.
It's really special, once in a lifetime. This will never happen again.
52 heroes, a band of brothers once tasked with something bigger than themselves, service to their country.
And I always felt I want to do my bit to give back, and that's what I did.
I served in the States, Germany, Italy, France.
I
was in the 3rd Brigade of the 1st Infantry Division in Vietnam for 1 year. I'm a dentist, and that was my first office and the job.
These brave men from the Korean, Vietnam, and Cold War eras make up Buffalo Niagara Honor Flight Mission 15.
I feel blessed. I have a lot of gratitude. And we really do something like this,
Before dawn, they boarded the flight onto the next charge. One more tour with On.
We are so honored to be a part of this morning.
A one-day trip to the nation's capital to see the memorials built to commemorate their courage.
Flag of the free because of the brave.
Waiting for the veterans in Baltimore. A wave of gratitude flooding through the concourse.
Watching you walk down the hall of the airport, yeah, baby, yelling loud.
Oh, yeah, it touched my heart. It touched my heart. You can't begin to imagine the feeling I had walking down there and seeing what they're doing for it.
They embarked on the road to Washington. The rain came down, but never dampened their spirits.
Thank you.
Haven't seen her in so long.
Oh my gosh.
Families reunited. If you cry, I'm gonna cry. Comrades remembered.
I brought a list of people I served with. I had orders from those days, and I was looking up names. Unfortunately, I didn't see any names. So most of us got out okay, you know. I mean, there was injuries, there was accidents, there was Purple Hearts, but we all made it back.
Moments of valor reborn. All 7 stops on the tour, allowing for solemn reflection.
You can read about this stuff in books and you can see pictures, but until you're here and experience it, there's a feeling here, especially with the honor flight amongst other veterans. It's special.
A feeling of brotherhood.
Once a veteran, always a veteran, and always a brother. I can walk up the street, find a veteran, and it's like I knew him all my life. That's the bond that we have.
Brotherhood's something way different than friendship. It's a group of people that come together quickly and connect quickly. And I have a very similar thing in common. 1, military, and 2, every single person here left to go to a combat zone, not knowing if they're going to come home again. That's a feeling that not everybody experiences.
At the Vietnam Veterans Memorial stands a wall of black granite, bearing the names of over 58,000 service members who never came home, those who made the ultimate sacrifice.
And all you see is names. You know, all you see is names, and you think about all those men, you know, and I was there.
Just being here on the grounds and then realizing the lives that and the freedom we have and what it costs. And then you see this, you know, with the names and it's something it hits you. It's emotional.
Arlington National Cemetery, our nation's most hallowed ground. There they witnessed the changing of the guard, and members of Mission 15 laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier.
It was emotional, to say the least, but I enjoyed it, and when they sounded taps, I really got emotional. But we made it through.
Then at the Military Women's Memorial, mail call, letters from home capping off the gratifying tour. After 14 hours, the heroes were Buffalo bound, touched down in Western New York, and were led to the airport by pipes and drums. Behind the other side of the exit doors were 2 overdue words they had longed to hear. welcome home. The show of appreciation they earned and deserve.
Because when we came back from Vietnam, there was none of that, you know, people just, we didn't even wear our uniforms after that because of how people were going against us, you know, be it Vietnam, that.
People don't know what we went through. I wanted to see that for a number of years, but I finally did today, and it felt great.
A proper thank you made possible by the Honor Flight Network and its volunteers.
You know, for veterans to be able to do this for free, it takes a lot of work from the people who put this on and the sponsors, and so to be able to showcase it and let more people know about it, whether it's a veteran who would be eligible and didn't know about it, or people who might want to support it, you know, it's really important for folks to know.
I have never signed my name to that contract that they have, and they'll often tell me, oh, I don't deserve this or I don't deserve that, I didn't serve in combat, but they all did something I never could do. So whether they sorted mail in Oklahoma or they were on the front lines in Vietnam, they did more than I did, and this is my way to give back.
Giving back to those who answered the call of duty through a shared mission of heart and soul, echoing the spirit of patriotism for the country they know and love.
I saw things that I never dreamed of see, and it was just great. Just great.
God bless America.
God bless America. And God bless America.
God bless America.
Great stuff.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
I have some slides that I'd like to present as long after I broke the clicker. Sorry about that, Julian. Which one? This one? Yeah. Okay. What we have done in East Aurora, and I'll give you a little reading, but let me go through these pictures and then I'll give you a little reading, and then if anybody's got any questions, feel free. What do we just hit this one now?
Yep.
That's a picture from Honor Flight.
Oh, hang on.
Wait a minute. One clicker. Okay. This was at the East Aurora Legion Post Veterans Park for Veterans Day, I don't know, a couple years ago. This was at the Made in America store in Elma, where they have Honor Flight services and do fundraising at that point. Don't remember that. I can't remember who the speaker was. This is the another Veterans Day salute. We do the rifle salute and play taps, and we have a speaker on Veterans Day. That's Tom Petrie in the middle. He's now a regional manager for Tops Markets, but he actually resurrected Honor Flight about 15 years ago when it almost went to nothing and brought it back to what it is now. So they have 200 to 300 flights each year. It's another picture at the Made in America store. These are the Honor Guard going into Oakwood Cemetery on Memorial Day. We process from Amman Park up through the village and process into the cemetery where there's some speakers, and then we do the rifle salute and raising of the flag. This is the July 4th parade in East Aurora. This is also at the Oakwood Cemetery Memorial Day services. And that's when we had the flag lowered and raised from half staff and raised it all the way up. And that's it. Thanks. I was made the Legionnaire of the Year in 2014 in New York State. That's something, I'm the only guy from Western New York that's ever done that. And it was because of a lot of fundraising and a lot of work I did for veterans. They called me and said, I have to go to Albany, and I said, I can't, I'm working, I can't go. Well, you gotta go to Albany. I said, I don't want to go to Albany. We'll pay for your room. It's okay. Little did I know that that was a surprise for me. #1 guy in New York State. It was pretty special. Now, let me see. We have 28 members of our honor guard. One of them, he said, the veterans have served in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force during the Korean conflict, Vietnam, Desert Storm, Iraq, and Afghanistan. One of our female members served as a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army with the 865th Combat Support Hospital. We present the colors at all military funerals and perform a rifle salute of 3 volleys and the playing of taps. Depending upon the location, we always call the local law enforcement agency to let them know where and what time they can expect to hear rifle fire. This is helpful, especially when a homeowner calls, and it's happened, or a school nearby has to get notified. The rifle salute is only done during military funerals. We perform our duties in all types of weather year-round. We present the colors at some local events also when the national anthem is played, but do not do a rifle salute or play taps. These include the 4th of July Parade, Music Fest in East Aurora, the Borderland Festival in Knox Farm, East Aurora Little Loop Football Opening Day, and all East Aurora Holland High School home football games and their homecoming pep rally. There are no rifles taken to any school event or on any school property. We also perform on Memorial Day in the Oakwood Cemetery and Veterans Day at the Legion Memorial Park. Additional events we have done include the Bills home game and 2 dates at the UB football home opener games. 4 of our members also perform duties at the National Veterans Cemetery in Pembroke, sometimes 1 or 2 days a week. Veterans and their spouse can be buried there at no cost, but only the veteran gets the final tribute there. We don't do all funerals, only the ones requested locally. Some families do not request military honors. We work with the church ministers and funeral directors before the memorial service starts to make sure all phases of the service are understood and procedures are coordinated. Finally, our color guard has gone to all 18 honor flights when they return home from Washington, D.C. They witnessed the changing of the guard in Arlington and all the other military monuments, including the Vietnam Wall, and the Iwo Jima Monument, and the World War II Monument. And you saw the video, and I wanted to thank Marty Wangelin, photographer of the Advertiser, for providing those pictures. And that's my tale.
Two of our Fox Run residents, Frank Newton, John Halstead, both World War II veterans, went on honor flights through the years.
Yep.
There is a biography of Frank Newton in the first floor hall as you take the shortcut.
Thank you very much. That's great to hear. Anybody, I mean, right now, honor flights taking hardly anywhere. I don't know if there's anywhere where we're going to go. The next one's in April or May next year. You have to understand that even if a veteran was 16 years old in 1945, he's in his late 90s right now. So, you know, and hopefully they're able to physically do it. Kathy.
Hi, yeah. I just wanted to say thank you to Charlie, and he's in this group of people. A year or so ago when my brother died, I didn't know what to do with my...
Come here.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Not up here.
I'm sorry. A little over a year ago when my brother died, I didn't know what to do with him because he was in Rochester. I'm here. I'm the only part of the family that's left. Okay. The fella had 3 Purple Hearts. He had a Brown Star. He had a Legion of Merit. He had all of these things. What do you do with them? I don't know. Called Charlie. And we were able to give my brother a beautiful, beautiful going away memorial, yeah, in Parenton. So if you know anybody needs any help that has to do with veterans, call Charlie. Thank you.
I think I'm done, unless anybody else has got a question.
This question's back here. How did you get involved in the first place?
I joined the American Legion after I retired in 2000 from the Buffalo Police Department. And then I went to work for a while with Homeland Security. But there was a friend of mine in East Aurora. You might remember the Hensels.
Yeah.
You remember the Hensels here? Lois, Les and Betty. Their daughter's friend, Bill Wright, got me. We were talking one day. He said, "Why don't you join the Legion?" I go, "Well, I don't know." I didn't. "Oh, come on. So we got there, and it's really just a nice place to be. And it's all veterans, and we do all kinds of fundraising. We do all kinds of charity work. We have a Vietnam Vets Club there now. Last year we donated $15,000 to scholarships and gifts for, and we do that through fundraisers, chicken barbecues and cruise nights and Christmas tree sales and things like that. Our Legion's very, very active, and we're doing very well. But the other Legions are having a hard time getting their membership to stay up because the veterans are getting older, and a lot of the younger guys have families and kids, and they can't get involved with a lot of that particular activities. So I know I got started, and it was they asked me to do some stuff, and I did it, and it just blossomed. Then they asked me to be the adjutant for the post, which I did, and then the color guard came in, and the honor guard, and everything just sort of blossomed. And I'm still active. If I get a call this afternoon, I'll get my emails out to my crew, and we'll have somebody to take care of it. But right now, the only thing we have scheduled, Parkdale School in East Aurora next Friday. The Honor Guard's going to be there. The kids always love to see the veterans with all the flags. And then obviously Veterans Day in the Legion Park up at the American Legion Post on Center Street. But Jan and I have been here for 2.5 years. We love it. Great place, wonderful people, and looking forward to another long time. Long time.
Charlie, do
Yes, ma'am.
only children write the letters that are passed out in Washington? Because if adults write them, I know I would write one.
You know, you could. I have some slingers over here, and I'll put them on the table with the coffee. There's a website for Honor Flight, and it has, you can get on there and they'll answer any of your questions regarding if you want to make a donation, if you want to be a helper, if you want to go on a flight and be an assistant. You don't have to be a family member. But every veteran that goes on Honor Flight has to have an escort. And then I guess there's 2 nurses that go with them. They've had some problems in the past where somebody got sick and they had to stay overnight in Washington, but you know, they cover all the bases. It's really a great program. And Southwest Airlines picks up the tab for the veterans. That's the neat part. It doesn't cost them a nickel. So I have the flyers over there if you want. The website is there. Or ask me a question anytime you want to see me somewhere. I'll probably be picking up flowers with Jan somewhere. If you know my wife.
Jan.
First of all, thank you for your service, and thanks to all the vets who served our wonderful country.
Thank you.
I believe you were talking some time ago about a Vietnam War replica being brought to East Aurora. Is anything happening with that?
Still in the works. I want to get into a the Vietnam Vets Club decided about 7 years ago we wanted to get the Vietnam Wall, an 80% rendition, placed somewhere in western New York or close by. And our first choice was Knox Farm. And we went into Knox Farm, and I'll just go on a little bit more. And we tried to work with Knox Farm, and every time we thought we had a deal, something went wrong. And it took over 6 years, and we're still not there. We now have Mark Andal, who owns the Made in America store, has come forward and said that he will give us a piece of his property over there to put this wall and help us do it. That means we're going to have to raise about $1.5 million to do it. I don't know. We're trying to. I got to be honest with you, we're struggling with it. We don't know where we're going. We have a meeting next Tuesday, and maybe I can get you some more information on that. But right now, we're trying to get it there. We hope we get it there, but if it doesn't, well, what it is. I didn't serve in Vietnam. I was very, very fortunate. I served in the Navy. I had 2 tours in California, and then I finally went over to Italy for my last 2.5 years. I was very fortunate. So they had the good tours that I had. But we had our 60th high school anniversary for Hutch Tech last month at the East Aurora Legion, and I think it was 7 of my high school graduates died in Vietnam, and time is going by, but yeah, time's going by, I guess, but I'm doing pretty good, supposedly, sort of. Anybody else?
Any other questions? Okay.
I guess I'm good. Allison, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
It was a pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you.
Have a nice weekend, everyone, and we'll see you